morning and welcome to Debbie's Grill, where issues of state concerns are critically analyzed, devoid of fear, favor, and politics. My name is Deborah Adoso. I think what I want to say today, they've said it, but I'll still hit on it because it's very, very important to me. And I know it will be very, very important to you because this is a matter of life and death. Who monitors our traffic light? I know the traffic light is there to bring sanity on our street, to prevent congestion and road crashes. But then I also know that it is the responsibility of someone to ensure that the traffic light is working effectively. It is the responsibility of someone to come around, maybe in a month or in a week, like consistently, to ensure that the traffic light is functioning properly. But for me, it looks as if no one cares. It looks as if they are not doing their best. It looks as if they are not actually doing anything, because it's not only in this area. I've noticed a couple of places in Ghana, in Greater Accra specifically, where traffic lights are not working properly, and have caused the life of so many people. Now, this traffic light issue we are talking about, a particular incident that took place, last week, which led to the demonstration of Odogono Senior High School because one of their security personnel is involved in it or has been knocked down by a vehicle. This is an issue that we don't even need to come out and be talking, drumming and making noise on this before an action should be taken. The traffic light helps a lot because students cross the road. In fact, everybody crosses the road, even the blind crosses the road. And when you go to Odogono, you'll be surprised. You just come for a tour and you see the way vehicles are running on high speed. And then you see sometimes students at the age of 4 years, walking alone, crossing the street, no one to help them. And these children have to cross the street to school and then they'll cross it back home. But if the traffic light was to be functioning properly, there will be order. Because even in the school, we were taught that when it's red, you wait. When it's yellow, you get ready. When it's green, you crosses the street. But here lies the case that the traffic isn't working. And you see, the Urban Road Department under the Ministry of Roads and Highway made a report that was in 2023, that some of these things, or some of the things that led to the traffic lights not functioning properly, is because the cables and things are being stolen. The cables and stuff that are used for the traffic light are stolen. But this is a case where I'm not sure the cables are stolen, because when you get there, everything is intact. You can actually see all this thing there. I'm pretty sure that there will be some issue with, maybe when it comes to the connection of the traffic light or the wiring or something that needs to be checked. And they come to think of it, why will you go to steal a traffic light cables? And it has become something that we've normalized in this country. But trust me, with this particular traffic light issue we are talking about, it's a very serious one. This is a death trap. The traffic light now at Odogono, from Odogono to Awoshi, it's now a death trap. And the man will be somewhere 50 or in his 60. Yesterday, talking to one of the security man, he was like, the man has worked there for about 30 years. And you could see the pain the man is talking with. You could feel that kind of pain. Because it's like this man has been working here for 30 years. He goes and comes just a day. Because of a malfunctioning traffic light, he's gone. So we have to wait in the country where things are going bad We have to come out and be talking and be talking and be hitting, saying things, shouting. You have to come and do it all before we do it. You just sit down and analyze it. Does it speak well of us as a country? That we have to sit for souls to be lost, for citizens to die, to keep on dying, so that we'll come here and be making noise. Please, you have to do your work, or we have to tell you to do your work before you do. So this one too, we should come and be telling you to do your work. The Ministry of Roads and Highways, I know that there are in divisions, because we have the MTTD. They also have their role to play. They are supposed to even be monitoring all this traffic lights and stuffs, but we don't even see them. And traffic light, this is a highway we are talking about, oh, and it looks as if, and I know that definitely, I wouldn't say that most of our ministers don't pass on this stretch. Even if 99% of them don't pass on this stretch, at least one person. Even if the minister do not pass on that stretch, the member of parliament for the constituency doesn't know that something like this is going on. And then when you come out to sit here to talk, they'll be like, you are hitting on us too much. We don't, no. Our work is to say the truth just as it is. We hit on it because you are not doing your duty. And then we tell, since it feels as if you don't know what you are doing, we will now tell you what to do. Because we cannot sit down mute and then people are dying. We cannot just keep our mouth shut and then with our hands crossed like this and sit down and then be looking at people dying just like that. Yesterday when we got there, we saw a cripple man on a wheelchair wanting to cross the road. He was so helpless, vulnerable, finding it very difficult. Because looking at, even we have legs, our legs were very intact. Crossing the street yesterday, we nearly got knocked by 2 vehicles. Even with that one, we were very careful with that. Because I was looking at the right side, my colleague was also looking at the left side. We were all looking to be sure that no vehicle is coming. There. It took just a single THE. Like by now, we don't even know what would have happened. But God forbid, and we are also thanking God that nothing happened yesterday. But should we sit down till more people die? A lot of people has already gone. A lot of people has already died. And then the street light is still the same. And nothing is going on. No one is saying anything. We are all quiet. And if you see the way the students, the demonstration they did, like you actually feel their pain. It's so painful. Very, very painful. That we live in a country where something is going bad. We don't know. I don't know whether we don't know or it's because we don't identify it, or we identified it and we've just made up our mind that we don't care, that we are not going to fix it, we are not going to do it. And then we just sit down quietly. MTTD, you have a role to play. A lot to do. A whole lot to do. The street light at Odogono has become a death trap. A serious death trap, of course. You see, when you are there and you are listening to it, you feel like it's something very common. When you get there and you want to cross the street, you understand what I'm trying to say here. You understand it. With the speed vehicle, running up and down 24/7. And some of these children, their parents do not even have time to help them cross the street. They dress them and then they leave them to go. And so when they get to the street, they are now vulnerable because they don't even know how to cross. And that street light, according to the information we've gathered, have been there for 4 good years. It has not been functioning for 4 good years. That was why I was saying that, is it that we don't know, or we knew that something like that was there or was happening, then we've decided not to just pay attention to it. We've decided not to just care because they are not my family member. Yes, we are not your family member, but at least we are citizens of this country. And just like the traffic light standing there is not for the government or the president, it's for all of us. And I'm pretty sure that if the traffic light has no essence, it won't be mounted there. And as I said, the traffic light is mounted there because it's to reduce congestion, and then to make sure that road accidents are being kept or minimized, because the rate at which people are dying of late when it comes to road crashes and stuff, some of these things are situated to faulty traffic lights. And sometimes you get confused, especially when the road is in a form where from the right and the left side there is a road, from behind you and in front of you there is another outer lane and inner lane that has to do with, say, 4 square. Then you get confused, and sometimes some of these drivers they utterly get confused. Makati Junction, the traffic light isn't bad, but this has drawn my attention. Anytime there is light out, go to Makati Junction and see what is going on there. I know sometimes they deploy police to go and then make sure that the vehicle are passing in a normal flow, and then sometimes they ensure that everything is on point and then people have to cross and stuff. But anytime there is light out, you don't even see one police officer. And then you see the vehicles. Everyone, I've noticed that for almost 3 times now. Everyone is confused. A vehicle is coming from this side. A vehicle is coming from this side. One time, let me just say, it took the grace of God. 3 vehicles nearly crashed. And I feel that is the time when we should have someone who will be conducting. Not when broad daylight, that the street light is working, even though you have to do it. But I feel like when there is light out, that's when maybe some of the policemen should be available. Because when it happens like that, most of the drivers, they are confused. Because he's in hurry to go home. The one coming this side is also in hurry to go home. The other 2 are also in hurry to go home. And so this wants to pass, the other one wants to pass, and then it brings confusion. And you see, when you are driving, it needs focused and full attention. But in a case where you yourself you are confused because you don't know whether you passed, because as you are passing, a different vehicle might even cross your path. When it's light out, Makati Junction, very, very bad. Very, very bad. I can stand there and be looking, I'll be like, wow. And you'll not even see one police officer. Not even one. To direct, no. And so if you're not very skillful, you will end up in danger. Our lives are very important. And the traffic light is also very important. Because if the traffic light has no benefit, if the traffic light wouldn't benefit the citizens when it comes to the road, or when it comes to issues of the road, crossing the roads and stuff, then I'm not sure it will be mounted there. And it's mounted there for a reason, and it has to function. And so that traffic light at Odopono needs to be fixed now, not tomorrow, next, not next month or next year. It needs to be fixed now. We cannot continue to be losing innocent lives. Thank you for making time with me.